Most people have never heard a single news story about Burkina Faso, a small, landlocked country in West Africa, but under its current leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Because the fight that Captain Thomas Sankara led is a fight that should allow Burkina Faso to be free, to be sovereign, to be respected, to be independent.
This country is defying the odds. While headlines often focus on military coups or instability, something different is happening behind the scenes. Today, I'm breaking down 7 surprising developmental facts about Burkina Faso under President Traore that you probably haven't heard, and some might even challenge what you think you know about African leadership.
Because the problem lies in the colonial agreements, the defenses that have been signed since independence.
Fact 1. Focus on local industrialization. First up, Traore is pushing a bold local industrialization policy. Instead of waiting for international investors, his administration has begun supporting local production, from textiles and agriculture to light manufacturing. Think about this. In a country where most products used to be imported, they're now building systems to produce their own cotton-based clothing, food processing plants, and even basic electronics. That's like America in the early 20th century, going from rural to industrial.
It's a message for ourselves and for Africa as well. They came to show their support in Burkina Faso. I think that, thank you very much.
Fact 2. Gold nationalization. Here's something bold. Burkina Faso is rich in gold. But until recently, most of that gold was controlled by foreign companies. Under Traore, the state has started reclaiming control over its mining sector. He's making sure the profits stay in the country. It's a risky move, but one that could redefine how African countries deal with natural resource wealth. Plus 70% gold export.
Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only 2 cases. Either we accept to fight, or we remain slaves forever.
Fact 3. Educational reform. Education is often ignored in conflict zones. But under Traore, Burkina Faso launched free school meal programs, expanded rural education, and partnered with neighboring countries to train more teachers, plus 12% rural enrollment. Since 2023, and it's working. Rural school enrollment is climbing and literacy campaigns are gaining traction. This is about building a generation that can sustain change long after any one leader is gone.
Today in Burkina Faso, they have a certainty. Terrorism is almost over. What needs to be done? Either create a rebellion or start a civil war. That's it. And they are maneuvering for that. We are waiting for them. And everyone needs to be careful at their own level. Because if people allow themselves to be manipulated, they will be lined up and lit up like the others as well. Manipulation must not succeed. We have a goal to achieve, and we will achieve it.
Fact 4. Tech and digital connectivity. In a move that surprised many, Traore's government launched a national digital infrastructure plan to expand Wi-Fi and mobile access even in remote areas. Digital Burkina Faso Initiative, launched 2024. In a region where many villages didn't even have cell service 5 years ago, now school kids are learning coding. It's like going from 1985 to 2025 in one leap.
It is an honor for me this morning to speak here and to pass on the fraternal greetings from the people of the country of honest men. This is also the place for me. First of all, I want to give thanks to God Almighty, who has allowed us to gather here this morning.
Fact 5. women's agricultural cooperatives. Another quiet revolution, women's empowerment through agriculture. The Traore government has supported women-led farming cooperatives to boost food production and local economies. Plus 40% output in co-op regions. These women aren't just feeding families, they're creating jobs, building businesses, and forming networks that strengthen whole communities. Fact 6. Pan-African alliances and the exit from French influence. Burkina Faso made headlines when it joined Mali and Niger in cutting ties with France, pulling out of the West African CFA currency zone and forming a Pan-African Alliance for Defense and Development. AES Alliance 2023. To some, it's controversial, but to many Africans, it's about sovereignty. Traore's bet is that African unity can replace dependency on foreign powers.
If we make the effort to always be alongside the private sector, it's also a message to encourage them to continue in this direction. Because they have understood our message of industrialization, of creating jobs for the Burkinabe youth. Investing is a risk. Every investment is a risk, but one must have boldness and courage.
Fact 7. Youth-led governance. Traore himself is just 36. But more than that, his government is full of young technocrats and military officers. They're using social media, public forums, and open communication to engage the youth. 60% of cabinet under age 45. These aren't the usual old guard politicians. They're young, educated, and hungry to prove that African nations can chart their own course without waiting for permission. So here's the big question. Is Ibrahim Traore a revolutionary leader, a populist, or simply a man trying to change the game for his people? Burkina Faso's story is still being written. But these developmental facts suggest a nation striving to stand on its own feet, not just politically, but economically and socially.